Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion. Plays the Binding of Isaac AFTERBIRTH Plus. Good mojo on the random, please. It's gonna be a front-end character, I think. Maybe an Isaac or a Maggie or a... Oh, okay, it's the most back-end character, but let's see what Eden's Blessing gives us. Rainbow Baby, what a waste. XNVNT2AK. It's good. I mean, it's very, very, very good. Forgotten. Perhaps the strongest character. I know you're gonna be like, what about Azazel, chef? And I'm gonna be like, you know what? You gotta... Serpent's Kiss again, what the heck? So good. You're not wrong. Azazel's also... He's a powerful boy. Ooh. 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 I'm gonna stop making that noise because it was making me uncomfortable too. Can you take me higher? And can you also use Serpent's Kiss with the bone? Because as of right now, all it looks like is that I got a cool mask. And admittedly, the mask is real cool, but I haven't seen any enemies get poisoned yet. So the optics of this run, and I know it's a word I use a lot recently, I like the word optics not because it's snobby, but because it's descriptive. It describes the way that something looks, but with context. For example, if a dude... Well, let me think about this. Okay, Serpent's Kiss totally works here. I'm mind-flooding myself because I'm trying to find, like, a non-extremely mean way to describe this. It's not mean to have mean thoughts, okay? It's mean to utter mean things. I truly believe that. I'm sure you all have, you know, dark passengers like Dexter. It's when you utter them that things become, whoop, problematic, I suppose. Here's the thing. If you looked at a dude and he had horrible burns all over his face, and someone went, how does he look? You would be like, he doesn't look so good. He's got burns on his face. And if I said, well, if you consider the optics that he just got removed from a burning building, you would be like, you know what? He's a hottie. And I would be like, oh, that was the wrong choice of words. And you would take the heat for the bit, and that's perfect for me. Yo, it's a lot of demon hearts. That's what I'm getting at, is the optics, they imply the context. What are the optics of this run right now? Good. Way better than we needed to go, like, into great detail about, with an ill-advised bit lampooning burn victims, apparently. What is wrong with me? Okay. Smack them around. Give me a deal with the devil, and then remember Forgotten Deal with the Devil protocol. You definitely grab that. Take this, maybe it's telepills and you want to leave. So, I think we'll go for broke. So we definitely want this so we can fly. And we definitely want this and then just hit control. I don't know, my brain broke and I was like, oh my god, what if we don't hit control? What if, like, my keyboard gets unplugged or something? It's so unlikely to happen, but that's where my brain went. Now, it was a little expensive, but the point is, as long as we... And bone hearts are so resilient. As long as we can generate some demon hearts from Serpent's Kiss, this has the potential to really be like one of the best runs we've had in fairly recent memory. It's a little early to say that, but I mean, everything's working out right now. We got defense and we got offense, and we got, you know, both of them to a huge degree. Flying is defense, Sack Dagger is defense and offense. Our damage stat is ridiculous. I very rarely know how to internalize, or interpret rather, our damage stat when we're playing as the Forgotten. All I know is, when I hit button, this is me being a caveman. Ooh, when hit button. That's Yoda. What's the caveman voice? Because I feel like I'm not getting it where I want it to be. When hit button you do. Sith, you will become. Yes. I don't know, if you ever mess up a Yoda impression, just throw one extra word in at the end. Anyway, things are better than fine. They're great. I will pay 3 cents for a spirit heart, and I will leave. I don't think we need anything else. We're 3 minutes and 50 seconds in here. I think, you know, the next couple of minutes, we haven't played as the Forgotten in, I don't know, maybe 15 episodes, something like that. Is the Forgotten the strongest character in Isaac? The strongest character you can select, at least. Like, because if you had the choice, I mean, Dark Judas, he's got to be in the running, right? Would you rather be Blue Baby, or sacrifice one spirit heart, make your other spirit hearts substantially better versions of themselves, and then also double your damage forever. That's a pretty tough choice. I'm just realizing, by the way, our range is horrendous. Range up, range up, range up, range up will your dreams come true. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, I would like this, please. Oh, well, so this is not good for us now because I actually just do not understand how to use Dark Judas. I guess we would just decide that, you know, we're done being the Forgotten. But would we rather be Dark Judas? The bone, I can't remember how much HP it does. But speak of the devil, by the way. This is how you know, and I mean, it's always dangerous to infer things about randomness with, you know, what might be considered incomplete information. But we got Serpent's Kiss and Dark Judas on the last 2 runs. Come on. There is the chance that it's coincidental. We play a lot of Isaac. You would expect us to see more coincidences than the average person. But come on. I mean, you know, you're talking to somebody who has the highest degree you can possibly get in science, an undergraduate, and I understand that come on, use your brain is not really considered valid scientific discourse. Think about it. Look at that. But, I mean, I'm still doing it, though. Come on. It's like one of those logical fallacies where I'm like, you know what? You're right. I shouldn't have called my debate opponent a nerd. Simultaneously, have you seen his tie? He's wearing a bow tie, and we're in 10th grade. Your Honor, he's a nerd. And they're like, case closed. You win. A+. Get out of my class, nerd. Yeah, give me your lunch money. Here's the twist, though. I was the nerd. Moving on. Let me think. I think we want to do a couple of things. I don't think we want to become Dark Judas. Because the bone is a damage multiplier in its own right. Yo, I don't mind getting a speed upgrade there. The bone is a damage multiplier in its own right, so I would rather not lose that, even if it does double our damage. Alright, Ace of Diamonds was just... I'm so mad, I just want to get rid of it. But it's good to know that it's there, I guess, in case we screw up. Like, I would rather have it there than not have a respawn. I'd rather have something that's, you know, more guaranteed to be useful to begin with, I guess, but... You know what? No, I'm not going to take it. What happened there? Old Ryan and New Ryan had a conversation. Old Ryan is Northernlion. New Ryan is just Ryan. And Old Ryan, who is the youngest of the Ryans, as confusing as that may sound, he's up there with Nolan Ryan. And Paul Ryan. And all the Ryans are fighting it out in each other's brains for Chief Ryandom. There's Nolan Ryan, Paul Ryan, Ryan Getzlaff, #1 center for the Anaheim Ducks, etc. It's many Ryans. Ryan Reynolds, Ryan Gosling, the Canadian Ryan Pantheon. You get the idea. Old Ryan went, hey, you got 3 HP. Why not take this item? You're not going to die. And then I said, you know what? That sounds logical. Everything you've said is true. But New Ryan, who is Ryan, said, wait a minute, sir. You did not ask the important question. Just because you can take it, does that mean you should take it? And I went, oh, snap. This new guy is pretty smart. 1 second. I just got a big ball of lint that blew onto my chair somehow. And I say, you know what? I'd rather have 3 demon hearts than have my shadow, which is a piece of garbage. And I think that has worked out just fine for us. So this is looking good. I mean, we're closing in on that win 20, dude. And it's not the longest streak we've ever had, but it's pretty good for a random streak. I'm feeling good about it, at least. I hope you are as well. We could screw this one up, but I honestly, like, again, we're so early on, I don't want to be like, we got no chance to lose, but, I mean, with the stats we have plus Dark Judas, this is like 99% win rate. CNN would call this run in favor of the streak. That's all I'm saying. Now, I know there's the 2000 election. That's why it's 99%. Things happen. We can fly. Why are we switching to that guy to go into the... Yeah, you get the idea. Alright, so 6 Spirit Hearts is the hard cap for what we can carry. Can I ask you, I oftentimes, I rely on the internet to teach me phrases that are related to gaming that I probably should have learned, but I never played World of Warcraft. So I feel like a lot comes from World of Warcraft. Like kiting, for example. It was only in the last couple of years I learned that kiting is when you draw aggro, basically. And I'd be playing a MOBA, and someone would be like, kite him, and I'm like, what does that mean? And they're like, you know, you want to fly him like a kite, like get him away from me. And then I go, once I learned what the word was, that was really just the start of my problem. Because then I went, you can do that? How am I supposed to kite somebody that's attacking you when they see your HP is like almost gone? I'm just supposed to like get in his face and be like, look at me! Okay, that was a dangerous room here, but... Oh, wicked games we play. I wanna fall in love. You guys like Chris Isaac? I bet if you Google search The Binding of Chris Isaac, you would find something. That seems like this game was historically too popular for there to not have been that. Right? I feel like I might have even seen it back when I used to visit the Isaac subreddit. Which, it's not that I, you know, have fallen out of love with the Isaac subreddit. It's just like, at some point, discovered all there is to discover about Isaac, okay? I don't need to go to the subreddit. The only time I want to go to the subreddit is if somebody goes, hey, NL, check it out. The top post is your 500 streak. And I'll be like, yeah, I know. Because I check it every day. Ever since I hit 490. Don't you dare hit me like that. That's my bone heart. And don't you forget it. Dude, the Forgotten is so insulated to dying because of these friggin' bone hearts. Oh, I love it. So we're roughly, I mean, we haven't gotten the boss yet, but we're roughly 3 minutes ahead of schedule. That's insanely fast. We definitely do, I mean, we'd love to get a deal with the devil here. Trade some spirit hearts away and then, you know, pick up some more. Another bone heart as well. We shouldn't have taken that yet. It's obviously dumb. But this one, we'll just take that. Why take an item that is unlikely to make a meaningful difference? That's my perspective right now. Previously, playing as the Forgotten, I would have taken it. And you know, I would have been like, well, why not? We can just use our bone. And then I could have, probably wouldn't have, but could have put myself in a difficult situation. Now you recognize you're walking into a bad pattern before it even happens, and dude, I'm excited to see how high the ceiling goes now. With the knowledge that all it takes is one horrifically bad random. You know what's gonna mess with you? Even if we, let's say on our next run we random the Keeper. Why not? See how it does. That doesn't guarantee we won't random the Keeper again. So we could like succeed and then immediately be like, no. But I think all you can do is, you know, you enjoy the seemingly pretty easy runs when they show up, and you know, you live your life in the moment while you've got the chance, and then it's a good lesson for living in the present, I guess. You know, they call it the future because every day is a present. Because every day is a gift. That's it. The run will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be runs. Dude, I'm feeling so musical today. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's a lack of sleep, dude. I've only got one data point, so it's a little dangerous. No. Yes. Okay. What do we need? Well, immediate, like Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Dinner, but unfortunately we can't get that right now. We're in the middle of playing Isaac, and that's okay. I was gonna say a red heart though, and we did just pick one of those up. Now, butt penny, nah, won't be necessary. Following that, really, it's one of those situations where you're like, what do you get the man who has everything? This run has everything. Every stat is good. Every stat is sacred. Every stat is great. If you waste a tears up, Ed gets quite irate. That's not true. He seems like a pretty chill guy. You know, he's been on the podcast a couple of times. Rip. Not Rip Ed. He's still alive. Making board games. Card games. I think a card game is a subset of board game. Look, all I'm saying is if in every video game award show, Forza Motorsport goes up against, like, FIFA for best sports/racing game, then, yeah, you know, poker and Yahtzee, they're the same genre. Don't at me. Now, if you could just... I don't want you to be afraid. Not because of any selflessness, but because you're far away from me. No! Sorry, I'll do it. And I'll do the bit. Do the bit. My bone heart. Oh, you said it. You said the bit. Did we get an extra deal with the Devil Chance because we lost the... No. We lost the deal with the Devil Chance, didn't we? Because we lost the Bone Heart. Because that counts as red heart damage. I understand. So we definitely wanted to take that as the Forgotten instead of as the Soul. I can't remember exactly how it works, but I'm pretty sure it would have given us only Spirit Hearts if we took it as the Soul. Might be mistaken. Anyway. This is the most likely boss rush out of, like, the last 10 runs that I can remember. We are way ahead of schedule to the point where if we do the floor, we basically can't not get to boss rush. You know, we have 5.5 minutes still. We've already done 4 or 5 rooms. So, almost forgot about that little trick right there. What do we want to do? Well, we have standards. We didn't used to. It's a relatively recent invention. If we don't like the item, we're not going to take it. We're not going to do boss rush. Well, we might do boss rush for boss rush's sake, but we're going to have to be very, very powerful in order to do it. Let me tell you that much. Now, I want to point out, we're living, you know, like, a lot of, this is as far as I understand it, if you're watching this and you're an astronomer, or an astrophysicist, I think either one would be appropriate here. I apologize if I'm spreading misinformation. But as I understand it, you know, a lot of astronomy and astrophysics is basically based on, like, well, we know that this thing exists, and we know it should be here, but it's over here instead, so there must be some phenomenon that's causing that. You know, like maybe black body radiation, I think, is the example that they used to always give us in school. It's like, it leads to a distortion of, like, where something should be, so there must be something causing it, and then you observe, like, the way other things seem to interact with this thing that you would infer to be there. You're learning through inference, okay? Something that is unobservable as of right now, but you can observe sort of effects of it. I have been told for years that when you're, and this is where it ties back into Isaac, in case you were thinking briefly that I was actually learned. I've been told for years that if you go to an Isaac's room, even if it's dirty, there's a small chance that it gives you a black market crawl space. I have never, to the best of my memory, in my entire life, seen it actually do that. So I'm really, like, I've seen a lot of strange stuff happen in Isaac, a lot of low percentage stuff. I have never seen a dirty Isaac's room become a crawl space or black market. Correct me if I'm wrong on that one, if you remember off the tippy top of your head, but I believe that's the case. So I gotta admit, your boy's still a little skeptical. I'll believe it when I see it, and I'll continue to use bombs to diagnose the black body radiation, learn a little bit about the Planck constant and so on and so forth, but I'm just saying, thinks the lady doth protest too much. Now, he thinks the radiation doth protest too much. Where is a teleport card? We may not have one. That's okay. Why am I talking like a robot? No deal. Boss rush, though. Not even close to being worth it. Actually, like, the easiest evaluation of all time. It's glaucoma. It's okay. And then, like, the tears that go through walls when I predominantly am using melee. How old were you when you started pronouncing melee properly? I'm gonna level with you. I wasn't part of the Smash Bros community, so I was probably later than most people. It was probably after I turned like 18. I started saying melee. When I was younger, I said melee, 100%. Super Smash Brothers melee. It's just the word. I feel like that word Nintendo basically brought it back from the dead. You can, dude, it's really our first spacebar item? It's kind of amazing. Prior to the existence of the second Super Smash Bros. Game, I don't believe that I had heard the word melee consistently. Now, in video games, you hear it all the time. It's commonplace. I was reading instruction manuals back then, okay? All the time. That was, like, my methodology. I'd buy a game at Toys R Us. Then my parents and I would, like, go out to eat at Montana's or something close, like something that was in the mall. I would order the chicken fingers 100% of the time. Kids menu, I'm sorry. If you didn't order the chicken fingers, you're a cop. Whoop. Oh, what about the fish and chips? Nah, son. I don't think I've ever had a chicken finger in my entire life that has tasted as good as every kids menu chicken finger I've ever eaten. There's something about them. I don't know. It's like a legitimization. You're like, this is like fried candy. I know it's not sweet, but you know what I mean. But an adult served it to me. It's like, it must be good. Anyway, where am I going with this? I got the cheeseburger. Shut up! Okay? This isn't about the cheeseburger. I'm talking about chicken fingers. But you get your game, and then you'd be like, Mom, can I bring the instruction book into the restaurant? And she'd be like, okay. Millennials, am I right? Always asking to read all the time. And then, you know, I'd be in the restaurant reading the instruction manual for Perfect Dark, learning all about the game. So excited to play and take down the evil Cyberdyne Corporate. Oh, what do you mean you need the expansion pack to be able to play anything that isn't multiplayer against bots? You freaking scumbag. I mean, still a classic, okay? But simultaneously, that was a rude awakening for me. Try explaining that to your parents, by the way. Oh, it spun. They just got you paralysis. $50 or $60 game. Might have been $80 back in the day, to be honest. And then right after you get it, you're like, I need you to buy me a $40 thing that goes in the front of it. Like, it's a key that unlocks more RAM. Like, what are you talking about? I had to buy that one myself. Played like 100 hours of Perfect Dark multiplayer against bots first, though. Are we going to fight Hush? No. No. Full stop. And by no, I mean maybe. Here's the thing. Our range sucks. And I know that sounds like an excuse, but that's the same reason like I hate fighting Hush as Azazel. Unless you get real Brimstone. You gotta get up in his face. And if you get up in his face, there's a strong likelihood that, you know, you're gonna take damage. If you take damage, lowers your chances of winning in general. By a lot. By quite a lot. Plus, if we respawn as Dark Judas, it's not enough HP to survive, in all likelihood. So, might seem a little overly conservative. That's okay. When the mood strikes, so will the Hush. But for now, I'm just trying not to be an idiot. Especially, so many of my losses recently are due to idiocy. Just let me have this, please. You're probably letting me have it, and I'm justifying it for myself, but... just let me have it, okay? So far, I mean, I'm feeling great. I got a smile on my face playing Isaac. Which is not necessarily abnormal for me. Ooh. I don't think I need to worry about this bone heart. Can I bring something up, by the way? We were having, we had friends over on Saturday. I don't know if you know, but it's my day off. And, very nice people. And I'm not just saying that because one of them's probably watching this video. But very nice people. But one of them was like, she was talking to Kate and she was like, look at your husband's frown. And I said, this isn't a frown. This is just how my face looks. And she said, no, you're frowning. And then Kate looked at me and she was like, that isn't a frown. That's just his neutral facial position. And I've realized, because like whenever I'm on Kate's stream and I'm on camera, people go, why is Ryan so angry? I'm not angry. I have what's known as RBF, resting bad face. We can call it that if you want. And I'm wondering if that contributes even a little bit. Figured we might as well try. To the perception that I am a mean boy. Because I don't feel like a mean boy. I feel like I dish it out and I take it, and that's the kind of vibe you want. But I do also feel like maybe the fact that I sort of look like I mean, to me, it looks like a neutral expression. But for other people, they might be like, oh, it looks like Ryan's upset. I think it's like leading to the perception that I'm kind of more of a curmudgeon than I am. That and me complaining about everybody in the grocery store. But that's just because they act stupid sometimes, okay? Don't deny it. You know it to be true. I act stupid too. Did you hear my story about accidentally buying a kilogram of food for dinner? That's like almost food challenge levels. The 1 kilogram of Brussels sprouts challenge. Thank you. Hierophant. We don't need it yet. I mean, we're not probably ever going to. But I'm just saying, if you're out there and you got RBF for yourself, don't let it get you down, okay? I got it too. Yeah, people might look at you get a lot of people, why are you upset? I was wondering how many friendships like it cost me in high school. Because I wouldn't say I hung out with the cool kids, but you know, I had a crew that I ran with. But then I started hanging out with some friends that were a little cooler by high school levels, which means they were actually mega lame. And I was talking to them. I was like, why didn't I get invited to stuff earlier in high school? You know, like most teenagers, you know, you get invited to like a party or something like that. I was sitting at home going, what's wrong with me? I'm not getting these invites. And she said, oh, everybody just sort of assumed that like, oh, Ryan, he's like, you know, I don't think he likes us. And I'm like, that's the face! The face, it cost me some high school moments. I mean, I eventually got him in there, but like, I had to cram him into like 1/4 the average time. Why you gotta do me like that, genetics? Give me a scowl. I'm not worried about getting lines on my face. I'm just saying, I'm worried people are gonna think that I dislike them just because of the fact that my face was built like this. Like, this is my bone structure and how my skin hangs. Anyway, I'm not too worried about it now because it means that in public people don't bother me because they think that I dislike them or I'm unapproachable, which is really ideal for me. That being said, you guys are cool, you know? If you ever at a convention, you're at a PAX, you're at a TwitchCon, you see me, don't hesitate to say hello. And don't think that I'm going to be polite to you and then impolite as soon as you leave and be like, wow, frig that guy. Not the case at all. First off, that's incredibly mean. Secondly, it's ignorant and biting the hand that feeds. And third off, I'm not that kind of dude. If I'm cool with you, you're cool with me. For the most part, anyway. I want the HP. Don't take my bone heart. Thank you. Thank you. Ooh. Anyway, we're going to finish this one off. And let's use a high-level technique here. We put our dude right in front of the shots. We're just going to rain down triple shot damage. It was a fun run. It was a very, very, very easy run. And I'm happy to see it. And that's going to be win 19? Win 19. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.